fresher salary would be somewhere around 6 to 8, 9. I was applying like 20 jobs at a day. I wasn't getting any calls. In all those job descriptions, they have like 90% of the keywords which I mentioned. You will be not asked about data structures. Of course, in the consulting firms, there is a round called techno-functional round. I will rate Power BI a little up because
McKinsey, BCG, Bain and Company, these are world's topmost consulting firm and are the dream companies for many working professional. And do you know what does it take to crack the data analyst role in such top consulting firm? If not, then you must watch this podcast till the very end because I have invited a really special guest who has recently cracked the BCG for the data analyst role and have got a really amazing salary hike as well. So today he will be sharing all his experience, like how he got such type of amazing opportunities, what type of skills he acquired, what kind of dashboarding tool you should work on, resume, portfolio, amazing projects, low code ETL platforms, salary ranges, interview process, most important for all these type of top consulting firms, and many of his secret sauces which actually helped him to crack such type of companies with such amazing salary package. And let me know in the comment section that being a data analyst, which company and what type of company you are targeting. It would be fun to listen from you. And we at Grow Data Skills are very excited that we are launching our very first crash course of Power BI, which will be 1.5 months long. And in this bootcamp, you will be learning everything in the live classes from the starting till the end. Means the basics of Power BI till the moderate level of concepts plus the advanced part of the Power BI. Everything will be in the live classes so that you can learn like a student. You can interact with your mentor. Your doubts will be solved in the live classes itself, and plus the private doubt support in the Discord community. So this is what you are going to get, and this is how the 1.5 month long journey will look like for this Power BI crash course. This is going to be the very first batch for the very limited number of people. Just few seats are open and admissions are also open. You can start enrolling right now. And since this is the first batch, we are running an amazing offer for the first 100 users. So you can use the code first 100 and you will be getting some extra benefits. So enrollment link is given in the description, or you can visit www.growdataskills.com. This live batch is starting from 27th of April. So very few days are left. So hurry up and book your slot right now. Thank you so much, Pavan, for joining me in this podcast. And I'm really excited to have you on this podcast and have a really wonderful discussion about your journey into the data analytics domain. So it would be really great if you can introduce yourself to our audience and talking a bit about your background, where you worked previously, your education, and your current, like wherever you are working.
Firstly, thanks, Shashank. I was following you since last year, and you are really doing a really commendable job. And keep doing it. And congrats on your journey in YouTube and also Grow Data Skills, which you have
Thank
launched.
you.
I am Pavan, and I am a data analyst at BCG. And I have recently joined BCG like 2 months ago. I am basically from Hyderabad and have done my college from CBIT. After my college from CBIT, I have joined Deloitte as a business technology analyst. And from there, I got to know about data analytics and data science and so on.
Did you find your interest for the data domain? Was it from the college time? Did you explore this domain during your college time, or it happened at the Deloitte itself? Somehow you got to know about it. How did you find your actual interest in it?
So I would actually thank COVID for that. So in COVID, while I was in the third year, like sixth semester, so we were already working on the major projects. So from there, I was working on one of the data science project. So from there, I came to know about data cleansing, how we perform data cleansing in different ways. And apart from that, I am also introduced to more of a no-code tools in Deloitte, where we can perform data cleansing, data analytics, even without having any code. and even at a greater speed. Yeah, that was my journey where I got introduced with data analytics.
You did not even think about the software engineering because this is something which is already there in the industry, and if you ask 10 people, maybe out of 10, 8 would suggest, okay, go for software engineering. So why not software engineering?
So I will say, why not software engineering? Because at that time it was everything like you have to. Our lecturers and everything was like AI is the hot topic. You have to include AI in your module by hook or crook. So we were like mostly focusing on AI side, even though we are building web applications. It is nothing but software engineering. Even though we are building Android applications using Android Studio, even though it is software engineering, but our focus was like in that what our model does, in that what our machine learning model does. So morely the inclination changed from software engineering to data analytics. So it was the
I
story.
see. So I'm more also curious about the salary, like how was it in the Deloitte for the tech analyst profile? How much you were getting paid in your first job?
I have joined Deloitte straight out of college. It was a campus placement. So anywhere the Deloitte starting analyst salary would range from 6 to 8,
Okay.
and yeah, it I have started with that band, and it is more probably for the starting range of fresher salary would be somewhere around 6 to 8 9.
How did you get such type of good job opportunities, and most important, getting those interview calls? So there are multiple ways, channels, tips or tricks, you can say it's resume, projects, or anything you want to include. What thing worked out really well, like moving from service based company to a top consulting firm?
So firstly, most of the people don't know about what is BCG. So it is nothing but Boston Consulting Group, one of the leading consulting groups in the world. And coming to the opportunity, how did I get that opportunity? So after landing a job at Deloitte, I was exploring more on what is data analytics. I have worked on few of the tools like Alteryx, Python, and so on. And from there, I got to know what all projects can be built on that technology. So how we can leverage. And from there, I have also gone through the few of the videos like ER videos and about data engineering and code basics, other videos. So from there, I got to know that we have greater opportunities outside. So I have started applying. It's not like I got it directly. It's I was applying like 20 odd jobs at a day, and I wasn't getting any calls. Like I was even following few of the resume hacks, which we have to include all the quantitative fields, and we have to have ATS score checked. And I was doing all the trial and errors. I was uh, a little frustrated at times, but still, it is like I want, and I was trying, and so what I suggest is it's not like you will get on the first attempt. It's that you filter out, and then you get it. So yeah, I was like changed my resume for around 10 to 20 times. I have filtered it. I have used all the different applications. I have even used it on the Word, Microsoft Word.
Which channel worked out really well? Like you can apply from LinkedIn, you can apply from career page, Naukri, and tons of job hunting platform, cold emailing is there. So what are those top three, four things which worked out really well and you started receiving multiple interview calls from those channels?
So I would say that out of 10 job opportunities, if I get 10 job opportunities, 7 job opportunities were from directly application from their own sites. So if at all I go to BCG site and then apply. So it was that particular things. Of course, you will see on LinkedIn the job posting. When you click on apply, you will land up to their job portal,
Yeah, sometimes
careers
it's
page.
easy apply or sometimes directly to their career
Direct.
page.
So easy apply, I don't think so. It might work. Less chances, less chances of it to work. So yeah, most likely it will be that you have applied on their careers page and you got that opportunity. So one more thing I want to add here is I was as a data analyst, I was going through all the data in which I got calls, and was interviewed. So the only thing was, in all those job descriptions, they have like 90% of the keywords which I mentioned. Like I have mentioned 90% of the keywords which they have. So only in that particular cases my resume got picked and I got that call. So it is mostly important that you match the keywords with the job description.
Are there ample amount of opportunities in the market or enough amount of opportunities for the data analyst folks? Because this question I often hear from the entry level freshers. They are like, okay, I have 1 years of experience, or maybe just I have started my career working there. I am keep applying, but my resume is not getting shortlisted. So now, as you said, right, they start getting frustrated, and their assumption is more like there are not enough opportunities in the market. And since you have recently cracked the good opportunities, how did you observe this thing? Are there actually good opportunities, or whatever other people are saying, it's absolutely true?
There are many opportunities. The only thing which I want to say is, even though the big tech firms and big consulting firms might consider experience as their criteria, but there is always a chance. Even though, for example, I will just break down the hierarchy of hiring in our firm. So we have a junior data analyst, which are like direct freshers, and then data analysts, then seniors, and so on. So it is all, we always have a chance of getting into the firms, but I would suggest, if at all you are a really fresher and you want to get into data analytics, uh, you have to build your strong portfolio with all the projects, keep your LinkedIn up to date, and I'm sure that a few of the startups and few of the consulting firms will directly reach you through LinkedIn and seeing your profile, and you can interview them. So it is like that.
A lot of things we have seen in last probably 2 3 years, a rapid growth in the data domain, beat boom of the AI, data analytics, data science, tech stack changing every now and then. So now if specifically we talk about 2024, and based on the market demands requirement, as a fresher, what kind of step by step skill set someone needs to acquire to land in a good job for the data analyst role?
Soon after I got a job offer from BCG, I got like 10 to 20 friends calling me and asking me what is the what is the thing which you have followed, and how we can be the one, or how we can just enter data analytics and so on. So I would say just pretty simple. Uh, Start with Python, start with SQL. SQL is the most important. You have to learn. Even though after landing a job inside your company, you might not use SQL to that extent as a data analyst, but sure, SQL is must, Python is must, and apart from that, visualization tools, either it might be Tableau or it might be Power BI. Having the knowledge is must, and the most important thing, Excel. Excel is the mother of data analytics, is what you can claim, because Excel, it's normal VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, and pivot tables, and so on. Uh, and yeah, these are all the things which you have to be prepared of. And apart from that, if you have any of the no code tools like Alteryx, and if at all you are on automation side, you might have UiPath, Power Apps,
Okay.
everything. Yeah.
Did any company ask data structures and algorithm related questions in your interviews? If yes, then what is the level? Or maybe you haven't even faced these questions. What's your take on that?
So as a data analyst role, like almost 99% of the times, you will be not asked about data structures. Of course, if at all you mention Python in your resume, and if at all the role requires Python skills, so mostly the questions will be on the Python modules which you might use as a data analyst. For example, pandas, numpy, or the questions related to, I have been asked questions related to requests library.
Okay.
So in Python, how it's like it is basically a process to extract data, right? So from the APIs. So it was one of the things. So mostly I can say that 99% of the times, if you mention Python, it would be pandas, numpy, and so on.
What is the complete interview process for the data analyst role in the leading consulting firms like BCG? Like what kind of questions will be asked in the interviews, and how many rounds will be there in total? If you can help the audience for the same.
So I can help with all of the data analyst interviews from the
Yeah.
major tech firms which I have. So it is like you can summarize and I'll let you guys know. So it is just that firstly, you will be having an assessment round for sure. Like either it might be in a consulting firm or product firm, anything. So the mostly the assessment will be of multiple choice. So you need not have a solving coding question, and the only thing which you have to take care is what you mention in your resume. So based on that you will be assessed accordingly. So for example, you have mentioned Python, SQL, so assessments will be based on that. First thing, assessment, first level. And second round would be interview with the uh, tech senior of that particular team. So it will be a technical round where you would basically have the questions asked on dashboarding. You will be asked on Python, you will be asked on SQL, joins, and everything. So it second will be technical round. And also in the consulting firms, there is a round called techno-functional round. So in consulting firms, they also check how much domain knowledge you have. Like, are you able to understand the problem which they gave? Okay, so are you able to uh, solve it in a systematic way? So always there is a need to solve a question in a systematic way. So just be clear about your approach, and always the interviewers are there to help you. So you have to be clear and you have to ask questions from your end. And this is about techno functional round. And then goes the third round, which would be more like a techno functional plus like HR kind of round, where you will be discussing not HR, sorry, it would be techno functional and also behavioral. So uh, it's like the leader from the organization will be taking your interview. Like, he will be assessing your attitude, he will be uh, seeing how you will answer to his questions. He will also see how the person thinks, and how he is approaching the process, and so on. So after that, voila. Uh,
Yep, you have your job offer. How important dashboarding tools are to crack the interviews? And there are definitely many leading dashboarding tools in the market. So, which dashboarding tool would you recommend to learn, and why? Think about a beginner like who is just starting their journey in the data analyst role. What would you recommend?
So, coming to dashboarding, if at all, is it important? Yes, it is important. So, you need at least one of the dashboarding tools as your toolkit. So, either it might be Tableau or Power BI, but you have to be pro at it, like literally pro at it. So, coming to my hiring, so it was based on they want a Power BI developer in their team. So, it was based on that particular criteria they were searching. So my main focus, and I have also done certifications on Power BI, Microsoft certified uh, Power BI Data Analyst Associate. So make sure if at all you get a chance, you also get to do those certifications. And apart from that, I would suggest for a fresher to learn Power BI because it is free. First thing, you can explore everything on Microsoft Power BI, like getting data and transforming it on uh, maximum level. So, and when it comes to Tableau, it is also a really very good tool, and it has more visualizations options than Power BI you can suggest. And of course, few of the Tableau folks might be a little offended, but uh, I would rate a little up I would rate Power BI a little up, because it is a little user friendly, and it is a little easy to learn for the freshers at least.
How much important is it to learn about the low code ETL platforms nowadays?
So yeah, as a data analyst, first thing for any data analyst is to data cleanse the data, is to profile data, what data speaks. To do this, we have Python as our main toolkit. Like, we can do all the data cleansing stuff in Pandas and NumPy, but it is a little cumbersome when it comes to tracking the lines and what each line does, and you have to maintain the exception handling, and you have, while deploying also, if you want to deploy. So there is a little it's like uneasiness of deploying Python scripts when it comes to no code ETL tools. For example, like Alteryx, they provide their own Alteryx server where you can deploy a scheduler workflow which you have built, so that you need not have that overburden on your head, that where will I schedule that particular script. So no code, low code tools are nothing but are making our lives easier. So in any firm, time is really precious. So every company wants the huge task to be done in a very less time. So companies are okay to invest in their no code tools when it comes to saving the time. So I would suggest the no-code tools like Alteryx, which I have largely used, and have also seen job opportunities which only have Alteryx developer kind of stuff. So Alteryx has become that important, and we have so many certifications in Alteryx. Alteryx is free for 1 month, I guess, free trial, and we have so many transformation options and deployment options in Alteryx. So yeah.
What kind of self-made projects did you add in your resume or portfolio, and how did you find and work on those projects? If you did anything, or whatever you did at Deloitte that was sufficient enough to get new opportunities.
For this question, I want to say that, of course, Deloitte things were sufficient to keep on adding to your portfolio, to uh, sharpen your skills. So, might be a particular project in your company might have a little limitations, like you need not do that particular stuff for your project. So, to explore more, of course, you have to add projects to your portfolio. So, for deploying a particular, for example, deploying a Power BI dashboard and connecting it with Power Apps and seeing how the Power Automate workflows work. So that can be done only when you have access to your own environment, and you want to do it on your own. So of course, adding projects like end-to-end automations and end-to-end products is really helpful, and that does have a weightage.
How much salary growth you have seen after switching into the BCG? And similarly, since you interviewed at multiple companies, how much salary maybe consulting firms on an average are giving to the entry level data analyst? Or if you interviewed at product based companies, you can give that insight as well.
So the range would last around for minimum 2 years experience guy. The range would last around. It starts with 12, and the range would go up to 22. 22 for 2 years experience professional is what I'm speaking, and so the jump would be somewhere around from your first job to till now would be somewhere around 50% to 100%. I know these numbers because I have been interviewed by those firms. So average salary which you can expect as a data analyst for 2 year plus is somewhere around 14 to 18 is what I can say. Yeah.
Awesome. So, yep, that's pretty much we had to discuss in this podcast. And I would say all the insights which you have shared, Pawan, and specifically your experience, was worth listening. And I'm hoping that it will help a lot of aspiring data analysts who are watching, who are preparing, who are just about to get into the data analyst domain. So yeah, thank you so much from my side, and a big thanks from the audience side itself that you came here and shared your experience. And as you started your journey at BCG as a new employee, so all the very best for your future as well. And I hope soon we will again collaborate, and maybe once you get some more experience at BCG, we will definitely share with the audience.
Sure, Shashank, and thank you for being so patient, and keep doing what you are doing, and you are really inspirational. So uh, next next interview will be I am shifting to data engineering role.
Awesome, awesome.
Done.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. We will have that video titled as Data Analyst to Data Engineer Transition.
Yeah,
Awesome.
sure.
So this is what I had to share with all of you, and I'm pretty sure you have enjoyed this podcast. You like this whole experience, how Pavan moved into the BCG for the data analyst role and how he cracked it. If yes, you find it informative, then make sure to share this video with your fellow data analyst folks, and also like this video in the big numbers so that we can help other people as well. And if you're new to the channel, then make sure to smash the subscribe button and press the notification icon. And also don't forget to enroll yourself in the Power BI crash course. Link has been given in the description, and don't forget to apply the coupon code first100, and it is applicable for only first users. Live classes are starting from 27th of April. So hurry up, limited seats are available, and we will see you in the live classes.